It's the National Football League. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the LA Chargers.
So much has happened since the Super Bowl was last in this part of the U.S. in the early 90s. The Rams and Chargers have both returned to L.A., and they've constructed this incredible new palace for football, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it will be the scene tonight for Super Bowl 56. And what a matchup we have. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion LA Chargers taking on the NFC champions, the Chicago Bears. Brennan Gunn alongside Charles Davis. As CD, you look at these LA Chargers, champions of the AFC, making just their second Super Bowl appearance, but they're trying to do something that the Bucs were able to do last year, which is win a Super Bowl in your home stadium.
And how about that? Because the Buccaneers pulling it off, and the funny part about them, they had been on the road the entire playoffs, but got the Super Bowl in their home stadium. Now here the Chargers trying to make it 2 in a row, hoping this game will turn out a little bit better than their first Super Bowl appearance, a 23-point loss to San Francisco in Super Bowl 29.
Meanwhile, it has been a roller coaster ride in Chicago the last few years. They've been up, they've been down, they've had double doinks, but now the Bears are back looking for what would be just their second Super Bowl title.
Now, we do know that the Bears had plenty of success pre-Super Bowl because they won 8 NFL titles to be exact. But as you just mentioned, looking for their second Super Bowl win, they did have another appearance in the big game. That was one that they lost to Peyton Manning and the Colts in Super Bowl 41. The win prior, Super Bowl 20, a huge blowout against the Patriots.
It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59. Returnable here for Hester. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Manziel. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Manziel. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Here's Hester. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Hands it off out of the gun. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Manziel. It's complete to Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They go play action here on first down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Man open, it's Moss, complete. Touchdown, Chargers. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Chargers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Hester to return from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense ready to get going again. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Derek Brown making the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Over the middle, this one into the hands of Hester. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the Bears first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. That'll be caught. It's Hester. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff as they run left side. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he will have the Bears first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 22-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They read zone coverage there and thought there was some space to send their guy right into the middle on a slant, hoping he would get lost. Instead, they read it quite well and closed quickly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
First trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man. He finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. LA readies for its next possession. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Big gain that time for the Chargers. There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him, and the end result runs like that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, it's Lamb. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 46 yards on the ground for him so far. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Second and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now back to throw. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
And it's put him out that time in the slot to the right. And he's such a good pass catcher, they love to give him space outside to operate. And look what he does. Works his way towards the middle of the field, connects for a touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Hester will get a shot.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
That's complete to Troutman, right side.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Back to throw now on 1st down.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. They buzz down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So out come the Chargers. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Seven yards, the pickup there.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
3 yards remain for second down.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now a handoff here to his running back. Room here to run. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. $39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They juked him. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
2nd and 10.
clock stops with 10 seconds left. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close